Hello and welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by W Energy Drinks, Drinks for Gamers, and EAC Eldridge Air Conditioning. Thanks for their support. So the drivers move on over the pond into the United States for this next round, round 6. And this is the next one of our endurance races. We're in the state of Florida on Daytona Beach here at the Daytona International Speedway. We're on the road course, infield road course, 3.8 mile anti-clockwise circuit, and it's 28 laps round here for this endurance race. Now, all 3 compound tyres have to be used throughout the race at any point, and yeah, it should be very interesting because there's a very long pit lane here. It's the stand-in time as well as the exit time as well, so a lot of things are going to be changing when the guys come in to do their stops. So, shot of the guys just coming around this infield course. Obviously, half of it is oval, is part of the oval course, and then they come off of that and go infield and go onto the road course itself before heading back out onto this oval. Just coming along the last corner, or out of the last corner towards the line as you see them. Now what we're going to do is just run through the point situation quickly, or the top 5 going into this next round here at Daytona. So we have leading it at the moment, our man of the moment, Cherry Bomb, is in first place on 161 points. He is the most informed driver, I think, at the moment. I think I mentioned that a few times already in previous videos. So he's leading it on 161. Then we've got Brian Moncani on 147 in second. So still all to play for. Obviously, we've got 5 rounds to go, including this one. So lots of points still up for grabs. Then we've got Brian the Mechanic in third on 131. Jay Dyson, who missed a couple of rounds, didn't he, is in fourth on 118. And then we've got Motorstorm Hero behind him in fifth, his teammate actually, on 102 points. So everything's still to play for, all very close. And then all the rest of it, really, to be honest, is very close as well. So, yeah, it's all still up for grabs for everybody, really, at this stage. So let's go on with this grid. The boys have obviously done their qualification, and this is how they line up going into this race. So we've got Motorstorm Hero on pole position, Dyson in second, Brian the Mechanic in third, Brian Moncani in fourth, Cherry Bomb in fifth, Idle 4 Gaming in sixth. And actually, we've missed Idle 4 Gaming. He's been absent for quite a while, so we welcome him back for this one, and needs to grab some points here, doesn't he? But he will do everything he can to get himself up there near the top, I'm sure. And then we've got Bloomfield in 7th, Captain Slow in 8th, Big Mac in 9th, thanks for the replays again, Big Mac, and Jabber in 10th, Brownie in 11th, and Pablo is back in 12th. Great shot of the main stand there. Look at that. What's a venue this is here at Daytona. Didn't want to do that. And, well, let's get this underway, shall we, as we watch them come through. Away they go, flags flying, and into this really tricky turn 1. This is just as they're coming off the oval now into the road course here at this point. Really difficult corner to get stopped. This left-hander, and there will be some incidents here throughout the race at some point. There is no doubt about that. But they all get through nicely. 2 Napa livery cars there, first and second, and Dyson has already made his way up to second place, followed by Brian Mechanic behind him. Motorstorm Hero leading it, of course. Cherry Bomb in fourth, being hustled already by Brian Moncani in fifth, and Idle 4 Gaming in sixth place. Bloomfield 7th. And this next corner is another quite tricky one as they come round back onto part of the oval circuit. Again, I think we're going to expect a few incidents there as the race goes on. Now, all about slipstream here, obviously. All about getting into some in front of you to see what you can do, and it's exactly what Brian the Mechanic's done as he dives down the inside coming into the bus stop chicane. On the brakes, drop it down, let it roll through. Now up the brakes, Up the brakes, up the power now, and out onto the next part of the oval. And Brian the Mechanic got that job done, and up to second place he goes. So good move for Brian the Mechanic. Now chasing down Motorstorm Heroes. We see them coming out of the final corner here. Brian the Mechanic looking really, really strong. Got himself to second. Dyson a little bit off him there. I think the feed on at the moment, but Brian the Mechanic is hunting down Motorstorm Hero. And how are they looking through here? All okay there. Of course, got the, I say all okay, and Cherry Bomb has made them first one to make the mistake there. Let's have a look. Someone else just went wide as well. Being chased down by Brian. Oh, now was there a little nudge there? Maybe that's just taken Cherry Bomb off. Wasn't much in it. I'm not sure if there was even a touch, but very close. But comes back on ahead of the Big Mac, and who's that diving off? That's Pablo in it. Background it is. Let's see if I can get in. There we go. What's happened to Pablo? There's all the yellow flags. That was from the previous incident, and he actually went to take his teammate Jabba, and they're there somewhere. Jabba's got through, but Pablo, it's not a very good camera shot, is it? He's there. There he is. Oh, and he's struggling to get it back in a straight line. So he's down. Well, he started in 12th, so he hasn't actually lost anything, has he? But he's obviously attacking his teammate at that point. Talking of attacking, look at Brian the Mechanic here. All over the back of Motorstorm Hero, and Brian the Mechanic up the inside. Motorstorm just runs it a little bit wide. He's going to be on the inside now for this next left-hander, this tricky corner as well. So Brian the Mechanic just backs off a little bit there. Lets Motorstorm Hero take that. He knows Brian that he can just sit behind him and do exactly the same move that he'd done on Dyson. Up here at the chicane. Is he going to get it done this time? Let's have a look. Does he? I think he's quite close enough. No, not this time he isn't. So remains in second, but obviously still a long way to go. Only on lap 2 of 28. So actually, while we've got a chance, let's just run through what the guys are running at the moment in terms of tyres. Well, we've got our leader Motorstorm Hero on soft. Brian the Mechanic also on soft. Dyson has decided to start on the medium tyre, which actually I thought was the better of all the 3 compounds, actually, personally. Then we've got Idle 4 Gaming, who's up to 4th. He's on the softs as well. Brian Moncani's on the softs. Captain Slow in 6th, he's on soft as well. Bloomfield on the hards, so Bloomfield getting them out of the way early. He is having a good battle there with Captain Slow, isn't he? Got the Big Mac. He's on soft tyres. Cherry Bomb, his teammate, back down there in 9th on the mediums. Kicking himself a little bit with that mistake there down at turn 1. Jabba on hards. Pablo on softs, who I think again has just made another little error there at turn 1. Let's have a look. That time he just got himself on the grass and just couldn't quite get it stopped. Thankfully there was a lot of runoff there. And then Brownie, not too sure what's happened to him, but he is on the hard tyres as well. So Brownie maybe playing a tactical game here, letting them all battle each other up there, and then he'll do something spectacular a bit later on. We'll watch that space. Brian the Mechanic in the meantime did take the lead, and let's see if I can find the pass. Before then, wasn't it? Before then, so there he is. He's been chased down at Dyson here at this point. He's still in second, wasn't he? Got himself, Motorstorm Hero just went a bit wide. Brian the Mechanic took that opportunity, got through. He's the fastest man on track as well at a 1:48.0. And he goes up into the lead ahead of Motorstorm Heroes, now under pressure from his teammate, the 2 Napa boys, chasing down Brian the Mechanic, and it's getting close up there, getting Motorstorm wide there. Now, Jay Dyson, his teammate, goes up the inside, the outside, but yeah, we let him have it, Motorstorm. So Dyson up to second now. Brian Mechanic on a charge here, isn't he? As I say, fastest lap as well, a 1:48.0. And the 2 Team Napa cars having their private battle here. Now is Motorstorm going to have an attack down here at the bus stop chicane? He will. And he don't want to be taking each other out there, boys. No, that was nice and clean from Team Napa. And the main second and third, then Idle 4 gaming. As I say, he's been out a long time. And good to see him back here, out on track. To be up in 4th place already. He had a good qualifying, obviously, and he's not had a lot of time in this car at all, has he, in this championship? So he's basically still trying to learn that car, where everyone else has obviously had 5 and a bit rounds of practice with it. So at the moment, to be in 4th place, it's a good job from Idle 4 Gaming. He's under pressure from Brian Moncani, who's back to 5th now. Captain Slow in 6th place, he's not far behind either. These softs tyres, everyone that's on softs that is, going to find that they will be okay to start with. Then they seem to fall off a cliff, I found, a little bit as you got nearer the wear. I mean, you should be able to run it down as far as the fuel. They might, let's see, I'm not sure fuel usage is like on these cars, having not driven them, but either way, it will be pit stop, fuel stop as well, or tyre and fuel stop, I should say. Snowstorm Hero now knocking out fastest sectors. Now, is he going to take the fastest lap away from Rider Mechanic? It does look like Motorstorm Hero. He's obviously left his teammate Dyson behind a little bit there, so he's obviously, and Brian Mechanic from the lead. And that's another place easily done through the chicane. And was that just grabbed a little bit too much grass, was it? Let's have a look. Can you tell from that? Was it the inside curb? Yeah, well, it was, yeah. He took that inside curb, grabbed a bit of grass, and it swung him off. Gets out of the way of the oncoming traffic, and he's back to 6th place now at this point, but he might even lose more if he's not careful. He's got to get up and running again, and these boys behind him are going to be up to full speed, i.e. Bloomfield, and he should take him, and he does. So now Brian the Mechanic back to 7th. Might even get done by Cherry Bomb, and he will, because Cherry Bomb's coming around and he's got a lot of damage, and it's engine damage. He's got the full works going on there, hasn't he? Brian the Mechanic, well, with a name like Brian the Mechanic, it should be quite a simple fix, but fortunately he doesn't need to worry, because it resets itself, away he goes. But the only worry he's got now is he's back in 8th, so our championship leader, but 3rd place man with big issue there, back to 8th, but 5 laps in 28, still a long way to go. You never know. Storm Hero though is his familiar territory out there in front, and looks like he's pulling away from his teammate Dyson. He's up to 2nd now, courtesy of Bry's incident. Idle 4 Gaming obviously up to 3rd, Bry's up to 4th. It's a bit wide there. The left-hander, got to be a bit careful, and these are twitchy cars, as we know. Give it a little bit easy through that left-hander, otherwise the back end will come round. And you know what happens after that, don't we? So Captain Slow in 5th, Bloomfield in 6th. Ferry Bomb in 7th. Storm Hero now with the fastest lap. We thought that, didn't we, with the way he was pulling away there. 147.0, I think it was a 148.0 from Brian Mechanical previously, so he's knocked a second off that, pretty much dead on it, exactly a second almost. So let's actually go on board with Bloomfield as we start lap. We'll be starting lap 6, so let's take a trip around Daytona International Speedway here on board with Bloomfield. Over the line we go. It's this really difficult one. We need to start braking now. Brake now, don't want to run in out there. Just try and keep it there steady. Try and get the tyres on the inside. Nice and easy through there. Now let it go. Nice straight line these corners. Down to 2nd or 3rd for this one. Just try and ease it round again. Watching the back end. Use all that on the left hand side, and away we go. up the gearbox now. You can take this next little kink to the left flat. Now, it's the first cone, bang, on start braking. Turn in now, let it roll round. Now, power on, out towards this next tricky left-hander. Now, brake. Take as much of the inside as you can, not too much again, easy, the back end, and out again and out onto the oval. You can see Cherry Bomb in our rear view mirror, and he's not that far behind. Also Bry there with his lights hunting down as well, so Phil's got a couple of cars for company still. Now coming into the bus stop chicane. Start to break now the 100-metre board, and Cherry Bomb, where's he going? Is he up inside? Oh, I thought he had a little bit. Quite nice through there though from Bloomfield, and then out the other side to complete the lap of Daytona International Speedway road course. Beautiful day, as you can see here in Florida. Planes right on the airport as well here, so you're going to see lots of aircraft coming in and out here at the beach. As we see Ardle Gaming, who's he's coming after 6 laps off the soft tyres. He's had enough of them clearly. Going for something new. The Storm Hero though, he's still out there. First, Dyson second, Ryan Carney in third now because of Idle 4 Gaming pit lane. Captain Slow up to fourth. Bloomfield now, who was on board with, in fifth. Brian the Mechanic to sixth. Cherry Bomb in seventh. Actually, Brian's taken Cherry Bomb, hasn't he? So what happened to Cherry Bomb? Let's have a quick look back and see why. I don't know, I think I've missed it. So let's carry on. So we've got Cherry Bomb anyway. Seventh, 4 Gaming in and out. Onto the hard tyres now for this second stint. Out in 8th spot. Big Mac in 9th. Pablo in 10th. The Valvoline car. Jabber, his teammate, just exiting pit lane now. He's come out on the medium tyres for this stint. And Brownie still in 12th spot. Still on the soft tyres, and in fact it looks like he's actually been in and come back out because it's not hardly anywhere on those tyres. So that's a brand new set of soft compound tyres there. So I think he was on the hard, wasn't he, to start with? So he's done his allocation of laps there on the hard tyres. So now he can put his head down and go for it. A bit like this guy. He's going to stay out clearly. No soft tyres as he starts lap 8. And slows in. I thought just coming out. So going to be a bit more to think about for these guys as the track is lit up by the floodlight system around here. So it's under the lights here at Daytona. Cherry Bomb having a look. Almost up the inside of Bloomfield. Still going to try and get it done. Does Bloomfield? He does keep it there. Didn't quite get that done. Brian ahead of them. Brian the Mechanic in 4th. Cherry Bomb chasing down Bloomfield. Wanted to try and recover as much as he can after his mistake earlier, and gets up the inside there of Bloomfield. Good move. Bloomfield saw him coming, gave him plenty of space, and he's up to 5th place. So Cherry Bomb then looks like he's now on a bit of a charge himself. R18 Castrol, Team Castrol. But of course Bloomfield will now sit behind him and get into his slip. Should well get this 5th place back again, although a little bit far back to take. Move on here at the chicane. Easy to grab some grass here, as we've seen earlier from Brian the Mechanic, so be a little bit careful through the chicane. It's a great bit of track, but just got to be a bit easy, and it's an easy place to get penalties on here as well. So and have just got to be a little bit cautious through there. Idle 4 gaming in 7th after his stop. Need a Motorstorm Hero. Still knocking out quick laps into the 46s now, 146.9. Looks like he's going to run as long as he possibly can on those soft tyres. Who hasn't been in has started on the mediums, as you can see, plenty more wear. That's what I said when I think the medium was the better choice out of the 3. Seemed to get a lot more mileage and laps out of those, I felt. So it's probably still got another good 4 laps in those tyres and in the fuel, I'd imagine. But we get about 12, 13 laps out of those medium tyres. Carney is on the softs, so he's going to be on the same sort of strategy as Motorstorm Hero. Just run it as long as you possibly can with the fuel, really. The tyres will be okay. It's the fuel that's got to watch here. Stint 1, really. Brian the mechanic up to 4th. He's getting his groove back on now, isn't he? Up to 4th place. Trouble is, he obviously wanted to be a bit closer to the boys ahead of him. There's quite a big gap between himself and our leader, Motorstorm Hero, who's staying out. Oh, there you go. There's our first penalty for the cut through track limits through the chicane. Got to be careful not to straight line it. So we'll have to take it off there, but that's not going to make too much difference in his positioning. So all as they were, these front 3, although Dyson and Brian Moncani looked a bit close there, but it's actually just the map that made it look closer than what it actually was. Bloomfield though, 5th place. R73. Right, mechanics teammate through turns 1, 2 and 3. Cherry Bomb also 6th place, Idle 4 Gaming. He's catching, I think. Looks like he's certainly catching up behind Cherry Bomb there in 7th place. Great shot there. And that right-hander, long right-hander. Turn 4 and 5. Here's Idle 4 Gaming. He's certainly pushing, isn't he, on those hard tyres. Now, they weren't terrible, the hard tyres. And, usually they're a bit of a handful on tracks, but it's a little bit more forgiving around this one, being that half of it is an oval, so you're not kind of too much stop and start, is it? But so you've got this infield part, be a little bit tricky, got to be a bit careful. It's in slow. 8 hard tyres after his stop. Big Mac yet to come in, running their softs as long as he can, his fuel as long as he can. Pablo, half a second for him. Same strategy in 10th. Brownie, who's made a place up over Jabba, up to 11th now is Brownie. Soft tyres. There is Jabba on the mediums. He must have been in and out there in 12th. Oh, and our leader, or was our leader, has gone off, and that's Motorstorm Hero. He was out commanding lead, and he's made the mistake there at turn 1. He was catching him anyway, wasn't he? Dyson, his teammate, was gaining and gaining and gaining. Now, see just where the tyres are going now. Just struggled to get it stopped there at turn 1. Dyson, his teammate, up the inside there. Lovely little move. And he loses it completely, I think. Motorstorm Hero gets up behind his teammate here. Looks to try and attack him again, and then I think he goes wide onto the grass, and bye-bye, baby. And he's there, kissing the grass and having another spin. And he can't get it going now. He's just losing him precious time. Won't lose him any positions. Brian will be very close behind him though, but it's lost him a lot of time from our leaders. Storm Hero trying to recover now. Maybe it's time now to come in when tyres are clearly bit of an effect on him now, so probably I would expect him to come in next lap, or this lap. So Dyson then, let's see what happens. Does he? Well, he won't come in. He's on the medium. The tyres themselves are okay. Fuel, he's got enough to do. Probably another 1 or 2 laps there by the looks of it. As I say, 12 or 13 laps you could normally get out of the fuel there on them tyres. So as he comes through the chicane, let's see if he does drop into pit lane. Just coming round now the final corner. There's someone already in pit lane. I don't know who that is at the moment, but will Dyson join them? The fuel is gone down, so he will have another lap. So yeah, as I suspected, 12 or 13 laps will be the target there. Brian the mechanic's going to follow him. He's pretty much on the same as Dyson there in terms of tyre wear and fuel. These two almost identical. Dyson is now our leader. Storm Hero, well, he hasn't come in. He's decided to stay out. Coming forward to, he's thinking, well, the others have managed another lap. I'm going to try and go with them, try and get that advantage back up again. But trouble is, the pressure from Brian the mechanic and all that does is push you harder. It's not what you want to do when you've got tyres, fuel at low levels. Brian. This could be a race in pit lane between these two, Motorstorm and Brian, because I fancy they could both be in this lap. Cherry Bomb in 5th, could fall under to his advantage, you know. Got several in the pit lane at the moment. Bloomfield, Ardeful Gaming, Captain Slow, all in. Cherry Bomb here in 5th place. He could grab a couple of spots here once Motorstorm Hero and Brian the mechanic come in. I'm expecting them to this lap. So let's just stick with Cherry Bomb as we head up towards Sector 2. In fact, let's see if the guys ahead of him go in first. Let's go with them. Just ahead of them is Motorstorm and Brian the mechanic. Let's see what happens. I would suspect they're going to be in. Dyson is also dived in, and Brian Moncani, so both of those two. It's a race for pit lane there between our leaders. Right, the Storm Hero, is he going in as well? He is, you know. Yeah, they are. So that falls right in nicely into the lap of Cherry Bomb. And he could, you know, take all 4 at this rate, and he could take the lead. So there was a long pit lane. Cherry Bomb, although he's got to come in soon for fuel, but he's going to grab the lead, and he's in there, grabs the lead. There you go. Can he get it stopped here at turn 1? That's better. Nicely through there. Now his fuel's flashing. So what kind of lead can he get over our guys in the pit lane? We're all sitting in there still all just being serviced. Coming out now is Dyson. Cherry Bomb, meanwhile, is... Where is he? And there, Dyson is... Yeah, he's not too far behind, so Cherry Bomb will give up that first place again when he comes in this time round. "13 laps into our 28. So actually, he could lose a bundle of time, like we've just seen, but he's our current championship leader, and he's our leader on track at the moment. Would expect him to be coming in this lap. Dyson, we know, has just come in, fresh rubber on the hard tyres, full tank of fuel. Brian Moncani, exactly the same, except he's come out on the medium tyres, and we know you can get a few laps out of them. He's going to leave them hard tyres, I think, for the last stint, just the last few laps. Storm Hero is coming on, come out on hards, took a bit of fuel. So let's see if Cherry Bomb does indeed come in. He's got to really with the fuel. The situation is he drops down to below the yellow line to run down into pit lane, and there you go. So Dyson will take up that lead again. Let's see how long it takes a Cherry Bomb to be serviced. Still not even in his box, and he's lost first place, second place. Brian's through now. Storm Hero will be through as well to third any minute now. So Cherry Bomb down to fourth. How far back is Brian? No, he's going to grab Cherry Bomb as well. He's up to fourth now. Is Brian the mechanic? So Cherry Bomb down to fifth. Bloomfield also going to grab him. So Cherry Bomb is going to go down to sixth now. Now Idle 4 Gaming is also going to grab him, I think. No, Cherry Bomb's actually coming out now. He's come out in fifth. So far behind Brian the mechanic, so not too bad. But would have preferred to have been a little bit higher up there, but it's just that original mistake at the start of the race that's cost him all this time and positions. But Dyson is out there leading him at the moment here in first place, with Brian Moncani chasing him down in second. So these two are close there at the head of the field. Dyson on hard tyres. Wonder how long he's going to run on those tyres, because Brian's on them mediums, remember, and we know how many you can get out, how many laps you can get out of those. So does Dyson just do a minimum amount of laps on those hards, or does he run them as long as he possibly can? I mean, he's increasing his gap back to Brian, so you would think at the moment there's no immediate rush to do anything too silly. Watch that one as well, as Motorstorm Hero is up to third place. Still with that fastest lap, no one's beaten that one yet, 1:46.9, so he's the only guy to have got into the 46s at the moment. Brian the mechanic in fourth. Don't want to take so much that inside curve, you want to get close, but in the grass. Cherry Bomb, fifth, still chasing him down. It's a beautiful shot, great shot of this venue. The infield road course with the oval on the outside there. Great shot of the of Daytona there. These circuits actually that we don't really run too much in the championships normally, so it's a bit of a new one that to drop up here. I don't know why, it just never tends to be on the calendar, so it's good to see that Daytona has allowed us to run this here and is part of the championship again. Bloomfield, 6th place. Idle 4 Gaming in 7th, and it's not too far behind Bloomfield. It's got a massive gap back then to Captain Slow in 8th position, Jabber in 9th, Bloat in 10th, and then Big Mac 11th and Brownie in 12th. So they've got their own 3-car battle there at the rear. So as I was saying, Motorstorm Hero 1:46.9. It's basically 7/10 quicker than our leader at the moment, Dyson's fastest lap. Brian in second, about the same really, about 6 or 7 tenths quicker. So that's how much quicker he has been. So now head along to his left-hander to come back out onto the oval, on board with Brian Moncani now, looking at our leader Dyson. Not close enough there to grab any kind of slip off of Dyson. A little bit too far back. This is the shot from his cockpit, and this is what he's seeing at the moment. Absolutely clear behind him with Motorstorm. Can't see him in his rear view mirror at the moment, but gap back to him, so he hasn't really got to worry about him at this moment. So just chasing down Dyson is Ryan's objective at the minute. Going through that chicane, it's quite steady through there, quite nice. He actually gained a little bit of time, it looked like, on Dyson now. Maybe Dyson was just a little bit more cautious through there. You've got to be a little bit, maybe a little bit too much caution for Dyson, but still under no immediate pressure. He dives in, so Dyson's in, so he has done a minimum amount of laps on those hard tyres. So now I think it's going to be coming out on the mediums for the last of the stint. So Dyson in, Motorstorm Hero in as well. Fuel, they might be okay actually, so there might not, it might just be a tyre change. It does mean though that Brian, who we're still on board with at the moment, or was, is our new leader here, because the guys behind him, second, third, fourth, fifth, are all in pit lane. So he's going to grab himself a big gap now. Of course, he has got his final, he's got to come in the hard tyres near the end, but if he can grab himself a real big gap here, that might not even come into play at the end. Dyson's come back out in second, just ahead of Bloomfield in third, but the gap he's got between himself and Brian is, well, it's doable. But actually, Dyson's come out on the soft, so Dyson's going for softs until the end, so that's a big call there for Dyson. Of course, I think he did actually start on the mediums, didn't he? So yeah, big call for Dyson. Can he get these amount of laps, because that is his third, it's all the compounds he's used, so he won't be coming in again unless he has to for some expected stop, but it's a big call with the remaining laps left on those soft tyres, so we'll see how that plays out. Bloomfield, who's his immediate threat, is in third place. I think he's actually done all his compounds as well, maybe. I might have got that wrong. I lose track, to be fair, on these endurance races of who's coming and who hasn't, but bottom line is he's in third place at the moment. Idle 4 came up to fourth now, so he's crept up now into fourth spot. Storm Hero behind him in fifth. We know has just come out on mediums, and he's running it to the end. So he's got absolutely nothing now to worry about. He's just got to get into his rhythm, hit his marks, and see where it takes him. Brian the mechanic also is same as Motorstorm Hero, all the way to the end now on those medium tyres and fuel. It's a bit wide there, too bad. You can afford to go a little bit wide there, try and square it off maybe, but not get too wide out there. Obviously, Cherry Bomb 7th, so it's going to shake things up at the top of the championship table with the way things are at the moment. Obviously, Brian Mancani was up there, wasn't he, in second place actually, wasn't he, behind this guy? So he's actually our leader, as we know at the moment, Brian. If he can stay where he is, and as I say, with 10 laps to go, or 10 and a half laps to go, and with the way his gauges are looking and his tyres, he could get maximum points here. Depends on that fuel really. The tyres will be fine, but the fuel will be what he is going to be having to check on and keep an eye on. Whether he'll have to do a little bit of fuel saving come the end, I'm not too sure. He might have done it perfect, but we'll have to wait and see. Dyson in second. We've spoke about him already, haven't we? He's on the soft tyres to the end. Fuel will be fine. It's just the tyres on this instance. Might be okay though. Be okay. Bloomfield. Now, Bloomfield for me will be fine with the tyres, but it's that fuel I might be a bit worried about at this stage. So we will see how that plays out. Idle 4 gaming in fourth. I did see a little battle back there in the background. I'm not sure who that was actually. Let's see if I can find it. It's Captain Slow. Oh, this was it. Brownie on Pablo. I knew it was one of the Falcon cars. Brownie having a little sniff at Pablo through the chicane, but didn't quite get that done. Brownie all over the back of Pablo now, looking for the pass, but getting to the slip now, can't he? Let's see what happens as he got, what's he on, medium size? Brownie, what's Pablo on, medium? So they're both mediums. Pablo with a little less fuel, will be a little lighter, but Brownie's got the slipstream effect coming into play. But trouble is, he's going to be running out of track here in a minute, and you don't want to be passing really down here at turn one. It is a passing opportunity, but it's a difficult one to execute, and really you don't want to. He thought about it and a little bit deep in there, but maybe a little touch, but nothing, no dramas there. So Pablo remains there in ninth place ahead of Brownie. He just goes a bit wide. Oh, Pablo chopped off the front of Brownie's nose there, and then he runs it out wide, and he's going to lose a spot. Brownie with a nice easy pass in the end, so that's made life a little bit easier for Brownie, who's up to ninth. Pablo just made a small error there, got himself a little bit wide and on the grass, and he's back to 10th. Jabber, his teammate, in 11th. Back in 12th. He's being chased down by our leader, Brian Moncarney. So Big Mac will be giving the given the blue flags to allow our leader Brian through. Either four gaming's in, so there's going to be his final stop now. Big Mac well wide. I think he's trying to get out of the way of Brian, if I'm honest. He does. He doesn't see the flags, and you obviously see Brian behind him with the headlights and everything else, so couldn't really miss him. Lets him get through. Brian, so Brian's now just going out onto the oval. Where's Dyson? Yeah, he's still some way back, you know, so Brian, it's looking okay, isn't it, at the moment? But it's a shame, can't see how many laps he's got on that fuel gauge left as we get to the last 9 now, 8 in a bit. So Dyson still in second, all on his own there. Out onto the oval. Came back last week from a couple of weeks away. Picked up some good points down there at the Deep Forest Raceway in Switzerland. Trying to get his championship back on track. He's still in at top 5. Bloomfield in 3rd. Doing well. But my concern is the fuel for him. And Motorstorm Hero in 4th place. Going flat out as usual. And still with that same fastest lap, 1:46.981. No one's beaten that yet. Not even himself. It comes round now, and Bloomfield right on cue goes in, and that's going to be surely just a fuel fill. Bit of a splash and a dash. Not sure, he may not have had all his tyre compounds. I'm not sure with Bloomfield, we'll see. But anyway, that means Motorstorm's up to 3rd now. Brighton Mechanics up to 4th as they all pass him in pit lane. Cherry Bomb, because he's just going into his box now, goes past him as well. So Bloomfield down to 6th now. Cherry Bomb up to 5th. Idle 4 Gaming will also take Bloomfield, and he'll get 6th place. Captain Slow to 7th. So Bloomfield now on. He's just come out actually, just ahead of Idle 4 Gaming, so comes out in 6th place. It was a tyre change as well, and some fuel, so actually he's left them soft tyres to the end. Presumably all the way to the end now, so 6th place for him. So he's lost 3 spots there from 3rd place when he went into pit lane. Before Gaming into 7th. As we see, Slow in 8th. Blows in. And in 9th. Big Mac in 10th. Just gone past Pablo in pit lane. So up to 10th he goes. Jabber in 11th. Chasing down the Big Mac. So their little battle is still going on. Pablo just exiting now in the background. Jabo with a lot of the inside grass there. So Brian then got a quarter of a tank of fuel left, and we're into the last 7 laps. Not sure there's 7 laps worth of fuel there, Brian, so he might have to do a little bit of fuel saving here. I mean, he's got a bit of time behind him. Dyson is just about to come out onto the oval now. Brian's all the way around the corner and coming up to the chicane at this point, so it's not a massive gap, but we'll see if Brian has to. Might be a big enough gap for him to start fuel saving a little bit if he has to, but still a long way to go in my opinion for what he's got left in the tank. But not beyond that steering wheel and in that cockpit, so not sure what the situation's like from here. But Motorstorm Hero in third. Foot to the floor for Motorstorm Hero, who is no other way for him, so we'll see. It's nothing from Motorstorm Hero at times. He didn't have a great last round at Deep Forest Raceway. I don't think he got on very well there at all. I don't know whether it was just the car, just wasn't, the settings on the car just weren't right. He just didn't fancy it that night, but he, for his standards, didn't have a great one last time out, so we're looking for a little bit better. I mean, he is better this time. He's up into the 3rd place, which will certainly do, won't it? But no, he'll want to take his teammate Dyson now, who's in 2nd. So it's quite a long way behind him at the moment. And on cue, Motorstorm Hero, I just see him on the map, has gone off, and wow, right out there in the grass, and that's I think that's about put pay to his better in a 3rd place. Is he going to grab the outside curb? Is he? A bit of grass. Well, actually, it wasn't grass, was it? It was just the outside curb, and away he goes, and he's back out there, middle of the greenery. So it remains in 3rd. Bry is now right behind him in 4th, so he might actually lose that 3rd place from Bry. There's gap, there it is. So a bit of encouragement for Brian, although he runs it slightly wide there. The apex gets it back though. A little bit of encouragement for him now. Now if he can get onto the back or as close as he possibly can to Motorstorm Hero in the next half a lap or a lap, then he's got half a chance along the oval to get into the slipstream and possibly take that 3rd place. So Bright will be eyeing up Motorstorm Hero ahead of him. Let's go on board with Bright and see how it looks from his perspective. Having it out in 4th, but straight lines it there on the exit of the chicane. So a little bit of caution, but then flat to the floor on exit. Up the gearbox to 6th gear, revving it out in 5th, all the way then into 6th. So not really gaining on Motorstorm at this stage, but seen a couple of little mistakes from Motorstorm. So obviously Brian will be hoping that he continues that trend, but he almost has, a little bit running a bit wide there. Motorstorm Hero turn 1. So that has reduced that gap. So he's struggling a little bit, isn't he? Motorstorm Hero at the moment. He's putting a bit of pressure on him as well. Seeing Brian in the rear view. Oh, and a twitch from Brian as well. He's not got no one immediately behind him. Cherry Bombs is next closest guy in 5th, but I'm really putting the pressure on, so all his eyes are set on Motorstorm Hero ahead of him. His right-hander now exit out to this tricky left-hander as they get onto the oval now. Stormiro just about doing enough at the moment to keep Bry behind him. Come back to that battle a bit later on, see what happens. To say Cherry Bomb there in 5th behind Bry. Can't quite get close enough to get any slipstream into effect, but 24 laps out of 28, so into the last sort of 4.5 as our leader Brian comes in, and this will be for fuel. Tyres, I think he's done all his tyres, and Dyson goes past, so we've got the new leader again, so Dyson does take him. Motorstorm Hero, where is he? He's some way back, he might not actually get done by Motorstorm Hero, but Dyson is our leader now, and he is good to go to the end. So Dyson it is. Motorstorm might actually take 3rd on. He is taking tyres as well, Brian, so he's losing 3rd spot as well to Brian the Mechanic. So those two go through. Brian O'Carney still there. Actually, he comes out in 2nd. That's going to be a close one. There he is, exiting now. So actually only drops that 1 place to Dyson. So actually not too bad in the end for Brian Moncarney. Still ahead of his championship rival Cherry Bomb, who's down in 5th, so I guess for him at this stage, 2nd will be just about good enough. I don't think he's going to be catching Dyson. He's on hard tyres as well. We know Dyson's on the soft, and they're going to be feeling a little bit loose, but I think he'll be fine to the end now. Dyson, you know, Motorstorm Hero still in 3rd place. Brian the Mechanic has. Yeah, he's got closer Bry, but still not quite close enough to use the slipstream. Cherry Bomb in 5th. I think that's probably the best he's going to get here. Bloomfield is close behind him, isn't he, in 6th? So maybe he might lose that 5th place Cherry Bomb. Current form, you'd say he'd be fine, wouldn't he, Cherry Bomb? But the time there's a guy that close behind with still 3 and a bit laps to go, be a little bit careful, got to still concentrate fully. Dyson now hitting traffic, got Big Mac behind him, so he needs to clear this traffic quickly to stop Brian Moncarney from gaining on him. Blue flags will be flying, of course, but still got to get past, and Big Mac does what he does best and just moves out of the way, lets the leader goes through. So Dyson has got past our 11th place man, Big Mac. Off up to the oval he goes. Pushing everything to the limit here, isn't he, Dyson? Fuel is getting low. He'll be fine. Tyres are getting low, but I think he'll just about be fine. It's that rear right tyre that he's got to be a little bit concerned about. But we've only got 3 laps remaining, so I think he will be just about enough there. Moncarney is, we know he's in 2nd place. I don't think he's going to get anywhere better than that. Storm Hero, it's not that far behind Brian actually, is he? So he is eyeing up 2nd place, but Motorstorm Hero, we know that Brian's on hard tyres actually, isn't he? And we know that mediums are pretty good. Now, Motorstorm Hero, got to be a bit careful there. I think he'll be okay. He might. He's okay, so we might get a penalty. He's flirting a little bit with the track limits there, but he got away with it. Brian there, he's under pressure now from Motorstorm Hero, and actually close right in. Now what's happened to Brian Moncarney? His headlights are going. He's not sure something's happened to Brian. No, they're back off now. No, they're not. Yes, they are. What's happened there? They must have had something go a little bit wrong with Brian Moncarney, because he slowed all the way down. His headlights are on. Being switched off now, but When that's done, he's brought Motorstorm Hero right into play. He's right behind him, so Motorstorm Hero now, this could be exactly what Motorstorm Hero wanted, you know. He's looking for second place, and he's looking for a 1-2 for Team Napa as well. If he stays like, if he does get past him, Dyson stays where he is. Of course, what you've got now is Ryan McCartney with back markers as well. And the slipstream Motorstorm Hero is going to get to. So we're going to be a fight to the end for these two. Brian the Mechanic, I think, is just a little bit too far off the back of these to make any more progress. But Brian Moncani is now going to have very sweaty palms. Probably a very wet lap as well. Come through the bus stop chicane and round to the final sector now to start the final lap. Can Brian Moncani get that second place from Motorstorm Hero, who's within almost touching distance of Brian now? Going into this final lap, we'll have to see. Pablo hopefully will stay well out of the way. Brian's trying to get as much of his slip as possible, but Pablo he's not really getting out of the way, and he don't want to be in the way here at turn 1. This is going to be difficult enough without another car in front of him. And where's Pablo going? And when he does, there was a bit of a touch, and that's allowed Motorstorm Hero to go through, has it? He did, no, to be fair, he backed off there, Motorstorm Hero. You see that there was a slight touch between Brian Moncani and Pablo. Now Motorstorm Hero is going to have a go. And he's going to go up the outside the second. And look at Brian the Mechanic, he's a little advantage as well. He's taking advantage of this. No, he hasn't. What a battle this is from these three going into this final lap. Brian McCartney fighting back on Motorstorm. No. So down to third he goes, with Brian's almost sniffing around as well. So just as I said, Brian weren't really going to be part of this battle. He's right in the mix. And he's looking for that third step on the podium. Motorstorm Hero, it looks like he's got away from Brian. Brian, we know, on hard tyres, and Brian the Mechanic's going to take him, you know. He's got the slip and he's got the better tyres. Brian Moncani just got held up with Pablo there at turn 1, and from that point on, he's lost a couple of spots. Down to 4th goes Brian Moncani. Well, not yet, he isn't. No, he's fighting it out. He's dogging to the end. So let's go to our leader anyway, Dyson, who's to the end of this race. Congratulations to Dyson. He is our victor here at Daytona Speedway. Great race on him. Congratulations. Motorstorm Hero is going to get second, but who's going to get third? We'll see in the background, because it's close and it's almost side by side. We're going to get Motorstorm Hero is going to get second, but let's go with this battle. Well done to Motorstorm for getting that second place. It didn't look like he was going to get it at one point, and Brian McCartney's just about going to hold off the other Brian. Is he on the line? Just. Brian McCartney gets third, Brian the Mechanic gets 4th. Cherry Bomb's also under pressure in Bloomfield, but he's just about going to hold it, I think, although still got a bit of a way to go. And Bloomfield low. Cherry Bomb tapping the back bumper, and he's just about going to hold off Cherry Bomb for 5th place. Bloomfield in 6th, another good race there. Idle going in 7th, good for him considering he's been out most of the championship, so good 7th for him, well done. Hobson slow in 8th. We'll get 8th when he gets round through the chicane. Brownie will come in 9th place. Jabba finished in 10th, he didn't get another lap in. Big Mac in 11th. Pablo in 12th. Motorstorm Hero did get that fastest lap in the end of 1:46.981. So that is your round 6 here from Daytona International Speedway in Florida. Join me again for round 7 soon, and hope you'll be watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.